was a kid with the other little kids. Now I'm ripping up shows and the fans going wild with us. Tell mommy I'm sorry, this life is a party.
Hey guys, this is Z.A.K here, and I have an update on my Slash 4x4, and yeah, it's kind of sad what happened. A couple bad things happened. I don't know what it was. Is this thing cursed or something? I have no clue. Okay, so here's the first thing that happened after the while I had it, like for the past week or two. First thing that happened, I was outside bashing. I was testing out my new LCG chassis, putting it to the test, running it in the snow, taking some huge freaking 10 feet jumps with this thing. No kidding. My front yard, big freaking snow hill from the snowplow. And I jump and I hit my top, like the part of my tree where the branches start. And I hit it, and I could have went higher, but it's like 10 feet tall. And I'm like really tall myself, but it just, I know it's tall, like, cause I can't really touch it that much. So yeah, so yeah, and then a car comes by and it almost runs over this thing. I hit its front tire. I mean, it was going. That driver was pretty stupid though. It looked like she was turning, but she wasn't. And then she like pulled out of it, and then almost ran me over. And I was like, what the crap? Yeah, I was like, did I run over your RC? Dude, you almost did. You're freaking dumb. So yeah. Then the second thing that happened costed money this time. I mean, the car crash could cost me anything because it didn't hurt anything. So, yeah. So I was at the track the other day, and the worst thing happened possible. I don't have money right now to spend on my RCs, and my freaking ESC blew up. By VXL3S ESC. There's a little story behind that ESC. I had that, it belonged to my Rustler, and I got that ESC because it said my old ESC, my first VXL ESC from Traxxas, that was in my Rustler to Traxxas. They replaced it. They gave me that ESC that burnt out in this thing, and that burnt out again, so it kind of sucks. It's like a chain of burnouts. My brother's ESC from his Slash 2-wheel drive's at least 4 years old. Has burnt out once, just wire problems. I mean, what's wrong with this? It's like cursed. Like, first one gets run over, now it's just freaking burning out crap. So yeah. So what I replaced it with, you probably never knew this, but I had Horizon Hobby or Dynamite Taser 45 amp ESC as a spare because I had this retarded kid who used to be my friend. I mean, my brother's friend, his brother or whatever. He just like totally busted the connector off. I mean, he broke a lot of stuff on my Slash and my RCs. He broke the front arms off. I mean, the rear ones didn't even assist me in like helping, just bossy crap. He busted the switch off my ESC. I could not run this thing anymore because the switch was gone. What a waste. I mean, my back arms cost to be a good $20 because they're RPM, but still, if it was stock, it costs like $10, $12 because they're A-arms. And that was stupid. And then he also wasted like $55, $60 on the ESC, and that was sitting around for at least a good year. And yeah, it's been sitting around, and yeah, and I'll make a video soon about how I fixed the switches. So yeah, I did fix this ESC. It's something tricky because the switch that comes on it is like a switch with a programming button on it, and nobody in the world really knows how to like fix the switch that busted off. You can't buy those kinds of switches anywhere because they're meant for ESC. Couldn't find any of them anywhere. Otherwise, I would have fixed this thing and put it back in my Rustler, but couldn't. So what I did, which I'll explain in another video, I soldered my own kind of series of switches on there, and it actually works. I'm not kidding, guys. So I'll even show you it works. Okay, so I took the fan out because it burnt out. I took the case for it, or the strap down. Here's my first on and off switch. I'm pretty certain that's my programming one where I flip it and it's in the programming mode. Then this one is my on and off switch, so that makes it turn on and off, but for some reason it's not working, so it just immediately turns on. Unplug the battery, turn it off. It's okay, that's how I run my other ESCs because that's how they work, so yeah. Yeah, it works too. I'll even show you. I mean, if you don't believe it, I'll make a video on how to fix the programming switch ESCs like this one, like the hobby wings that are like just look exactly like the taser. I'll tilt it up here. Nah, no, I won't, because I can't throttle it. Plug it in, and it works. The servo, throttle. I know, guys, I'm not hiding an ESC somewhere in the chassis. Not at all. Nowhere. There's not another ESC like a VXL. I totally fixed this. And if any of you guys have taser ESC or something with a ESC with the programming button sitting around, stay tuned for that new video. And if it doesn't have the programming button because it got broken or ripped off or lost, you definitely should do what I did. I mean, I don't know how in the world I did it. Just randomly soldered one switch to it. It worked. It just went immediately into programming, but it worked. And then I had to program it every time I ran it, but that was just for like the beta test. And now I actually like soldered a second switch to it so I could actually program it and then one to turn on and off. Pretty nifty and clever how I made it, but it's kind of hard to explain in this one video. It's just gotta be short because I can't upload very much. But yeah. And I also took this thing to the track. Sadly, I don't have any footage of that because it burnt out. I could have took footage of my SC10 and my Rustler, but then sadly enough, my brother's slash the motor wire came off of the actual motor itself, so I had to resolder that. And it was a bad day at the track. There's smoke everywhere. I mean, ESC was blowing up. It was just vomiting smoke everywhere. Out of the top of the body where the antenna hole is, like a freaking smokestack. I mean, it was hard to turn it off. It just kept smoking and smoking. I had a 3S in there, so I programmed it right. It just happened randomly, just like the first time I burnt my first ever VXL ESC out, which is in my Rustler like a year or two ago, and unexpectedly just blow up. Hopefully the new generation of VXL ESCs are better, because I know they updated them. These first ones, I honestly say I have to like better for one reason and one reason only. Why did Traxxas get rid of the balance port? I mean, not the balance port, the sensor port. I mean, seriously, they got rid of it on their new generation ones. That's just bull. I don't like that, because I'm planning to run a ton of censored RCs. My SC10's the only one left with VXL ESC with the sensor plug. And if that burns out, I'm going to have to spend like a ton of money on something that does. And Traxxas was really good way to go, but until now, can't do it. So, I mean, this thing doesn't have a sensor port. It's a taser, 45 amp sensorless motor ESC. And my Rustler's team associated ESC is also sensorless, so I'm pretty much screwed. I just hate how Traxxas did that. I'd probably lose some customers for that ESC. It's a cheap, good way to go for sensor motors. And it's not failed me so far. My SC10, my SC10's my freaking uncle's old brushless Valenian ESC. And I can't believe that hasn't burned out yet, and my new ones keep burning out. Kind of sucks, but it's the truth. So yeah, guys, comment, rate, subscribe, and I'll try my best to make that ESC video if you want me to. Or, yeah, just like a run video of this thing with the ESC, something. So, yeah, see ya.